woman wait. Oh, maybe I need me someone who isn't undone. Maybe an older woman tolerate me. Maybe that certain someone, older and wiser woman. Maybe the perfect someone satisfy me. For sure. And the God keeps his body clean. And the God don't use nicotine. And the God don't drink alcohol. And the God use no drug at all. And the God don't eat any sweet. And the God don't eat piggy feet. And the God frame is mighty strong. And the God make love hard and long.
Why can't you be like Andy?
And the God love Tribina song. And the God walks her to the stone. And the God likes to hold her hand. And the God's proud to be her man. And the God stands for decency. And the God means formality. And the God's the epitome. And the God stands for quality. And the God. 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 I'll never be like any God. Said a man. I'll never be like any God. No any God in me. Ease up, ease up, ease up, ease up, ease up. Pass on it, baby. Don't mean maybe. Ease up, ease up, ease up, ease up, ease up. Pass on it, baby. Don't mean maybe. I'll never be like any God. No any God in me.
It was late last night. I was feeling something wasn't right. There was not another soul in sight. Only you, only you. So we walked alone, though I knew that there was something wrong. And the feeling hit me oh so strong about you. And you gazed up at me, and the answer was plain to see. 'Cause I saw the light in your eyes, in your eyes. Though we had a fling, I just never would suspect a thing till that little bell began to ring in my head, in my head. But I tried to run, though I knew it wouldn't help me none. 'Cause I couldn't ever love no one. So I said, but my feeling for you was just something I never knew, till I saw the light in your eyes, in your eyes. light in my eyes, in my eyes, in my eyes, in my eyes.
Well, aloha, aloha, everybody. Had to let that play. Couldn't interrupt that song right there. That's my favorite. Mr. Hal Ketchum doing a Todd Rundgren song, I Saw the Light. Yeah, Terry, that's exactly what that was. That was a Hal Ketchum song right there. Well, Todd Rundgren, but Hal Ketchum version. Aloha, everybody. Happy Friday. It just seems like we were here yesterday, but that just means Friday. It's time for some funnin' and strumming. Welcome, everybody, to Ukuleleville Play Along Party number 43. Where does the time go? My goodness gracious. If this is your first time, welcome. I'm glad you found your way here. We always have a great time with our ukulele and a little bit of music, both old and both new. Today we got a few Valentine's Day sort of songs by request because, of course, Sunday is Valentine's Day, so we got some love songs coming up, but also a nice variety of songs as well. I hope that you had a chance to download the songs previously. If you did not get to the Dropbox, there is a link listed in the description here as you're watching, so you can go and download those now if you'd like, or work from the Dropbox. However you'd like to do. It's always best if you download those sheets ahead of time so that you can have those on your device ready to go. You can stream to the TV, or what do they call it now, casting, or whatever that's called. And I'm here to kind of lead you. If we have never met before, my name is Dave. I am Tiki Dave. That's what everybody calls me. You'll find your way to Ukuleleville. It's not a teaching session per se. I'm not really here to teach. I'm here to kind of just lead the music and offer a tip or two when I can, but I'm mostly here just to be kind of like your Mitch Miller. Oh, Mitch Miller. Wow, there's an old there's an old reference. Your leader, if you will. We have a great time. It's about an hour and a half, so I want you to settle in, get your ukulele all tuned up and ready to go. 8 songs to do, as always, today, including our traditional closing song, and I think it's a nice batch of songs. I always like the songs that I put together, but for some reason I really like the ones for today. It's a nice variety. So let me get down to brass tacks. For those of you who've been with me before, you know exactly what I'm about to do. I'm about to describe for the new people how we run the session. Now, for the new folks, as I said, it's not instructions, just play along. You are going to be able to see the music up on the screen. It's a bit small, but it's there. And as I said, it's usually best to have it downloaded. So I'll let you know about the songs. I'll give you some roadmaps. As a matter of fact, why don't I just put up our first song for the day, and I'll sort of describe what we're going to do here. So please know that, ooh, why am I all the way over that side? I'm trying to frame myself correctly. There we go. That's better. I'm looking over my monitor here, and it's like, oh, I'm all the way out of the picture. So it usually takes about 10 seconds or so for things to pop up on your screen. So I usually just check my monitors and see when it pops up. So what I do is in my song sheets, everybody, everything is based on the lyrics. If you've been with me before, you know that by now. But everything is based on the lyrics. And unlike some other play-along sessions, I put my chords in between the words. I don't put them on top. The reason I do that is because I like to keep things to one page whenever possible. Okay, so page turning to a minimum. So the chords are in between. So if you just look at what we're using for our first one here, Cupid, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. The chords are in between the words. And usually they're right where they fall in the course of the song. On the right-hand side are your chord diagrams. I try to keep them as simple as possible. Sometimes we'll have some movable chord shapes, but I tend to kind of keep them as the first position. We call them in guitar cowboy chords, if you will. I know I have a lot of people who are experienced players, so as always, feel free to use whatever inversions you'd like, whatever voicings that you would like, whatever strums that you'd like. I may pass on a strum tip or two, but mostly I'm just here, as I said, to lead the charge, if you will. The last thing, or two more things I should say, pardon me, if you look on the sheet where it says intro, you're going to see some numbers after the chords. In parentheses, that's normally going to be how many beats you play that chord for. So, for instance, in Cupid, you have got 4 beats of C, 4 beats of A minor, 4 beats of C, 4 beats of A minor. If you look down at the bottom, that's usually also where you'll find those numbers on the outros and the intros, and sometimes in between if I think you need a little guidepost. So that's what those are for. Every now and then you'll see a chord and a little hyphen and then a number. For instance, in the verses here for Cupid, you see G7 hyphen 4. That means 4 beats of the G7, okay? The last thing here is what makes this a little different is I use play-along tracks. Oh, excuse me for one second. This is killing me here with this. I'm just going to move that There we go. Now I'm a little bit better centered. So I use backing tracks, and I make a track for each and every song that we do. Kind of makes it a little more fun. It's like playing with the band, gives you a solid beat and all that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to play the track for the first one just so I can make sure everybody can hear the music. So I'm going to start the track. When everybody can hear the music, just let me know in the chat or give me some thumbs up on the comments or what have you. So just let me know. And as I said, it usually takes about 10 seconds for me to start it and then for me to see the feedback. So let me just see some thumbs. There we go. I'm seeing some thumbs. Let me get some couple of hearts in the meantime. Ah, yeah, look at that. Love it. So there we go, everybody. And that's how we do it. I'm going to take the tempo down here in the first one just a couple of times. Most of you know also that we play our songs twice here. The reason we do that, it's a little different, is because you may want to find the form, if you will. If you're not familiar with the song, you may need to hear it more than once. If you need a second shot at a chord that you didn't get the first time or a strum that you want to try out, we just do it twice. That way we get a second bite at the apple, and normally people are much happier with it that way. And the only thing that we don't do twice is the final song. So I'm sure you've heard enough of my blabbing, everybody. I'm so glad you're here on this Friday. By the way, mahalas to everybody who came to Hula at Home with Leia Aloha. We had another great session. You know, Fridays is a big day here at the Shaka Shack Ukuleleville, Hale Oelua, whatever you want to call it. We have our Hula at Home. That starts at 11 o'clock Hawaiian time. And, of course, 2 hours later, here we are at Ukuleleville. So that being said, let's get down to it, everybody. Our first song is Cupid by Sam Cooke, also a great version by the Spinners that you may know. And this is a nice, simple song to start off here. We've got key of C, everything that you would expect to see in the key of C. C, A minor, F. We got a G7 in there, C7 as well. So all things that I'm sure you're familiar with. And I'm sorry, last thing, and I promise we'll get started for my new folks. Not on this song, but on many songs you are going to see things that say repeat chorus, repeat bridge. Since I try to keep everything to one page, I don't always write out the chorus more than once if it happens a few times or twice or what have you. So just always pay attention in the songs where it's marked chorus, things like that. And I'll give you some guideposts when we do it. So let's just do that. Here we go, everybody. From the tippity top, I've got a nice relaxed tempo the first time through, and I'll talk you through it. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, C. And on the top, here we go. Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart. For me, Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart for me. Excellent. Here we go with the verse. Now, I don't mean to bother you, but I'm in distress. There's danger of losing all of my happiness. For I love a girl who doesn't know I exist. And this you can fix. So, Cupid, drop back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart for me. Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart for me. Here's another verse now. Cupid, if your arrow makes love strong for me, I promise I will love her until eternity. I know between the two of us a heart we can steal. Help me if you will. So, Cupid, drop back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart for me. Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart for me. Wow, Cupid, drop back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart for me. heart for me. Doing great, everybody. Down the bottom, here's the outro. You know, I said, Cupid, won't you draw back your bow? One more time and end on the C. A minor, 1, 2, 3, and that's how we do it. Yes, great job, Tiki heads out there. We're going to take the tempo up just a little bit. And on your second time, maybe you want to do something a little different with the strum. If you just want to keep it just one of those, that's fine. But then maybe when you get over to the verse, you know, I don't mean to bother you, but I'm in distress. Maybe you want to do like a, I don't mean to bother you, but I'm in distress. Danger of me losing all of my happiness. Kind of like a rumba-ish kind of thing. I'm having a little bit of fun. I mix it up all the time, so you do the same, everybody. All right. Yeah, Claire, happy Tiki Dave Day. Sounds like it's a holiday. Happy Friday. Nah, it's Ukuleleville play-along party day. That's what Friday is. All right, Linda, glad you liked it. Let's do it again. I've got the tempo up a little bit. This time, as I said, mix up some strums. Have a little bit of fun with it. 1, 2, a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little fast. Cupid, drop that arrow and let your breath go straight to my love's heart for me. Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart for me. Here we go, on the verse, mix it up a little bit. Now, I don't mean to bother you, but I'm in distress. There's danger of losing all of my happiness. For I love a girl who doesn't know I exist, and this you can fix. So, Cupid, drop back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart for me. Oh, no, 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 yeah. Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart for me. All right, another verse coming up. Here we go. Now, Cupid, if your arrow makes love strong for me, I promise I will love her until eternity. No, I love her too towards the hearts we can steal. There's the words. Help me if you will. So, double verse, chorus. Cupid, drop back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my love's heart for me. Oh, baby, for me, yeah. Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my love's heart for me. Let's do it again, everybody. One more time on the bottom. Cupid, drop back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my love's heart for me. Oh, Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart for me. All right, on the outro now. Here we go. Cupid, na na na, Cupid, na na na, Cupid. One more. Na na na, Cupid. Oh yeah, Cupid. Draw back that bow. Fantastic. Great job, everybody. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to get our next one ready here while I take care of a little something over here. Oh, Aaron, of course. Deb. Aloha, Deb. A very happy Friday to you from Tiki Dave. I hope you're doing well. Isn't that sweet? She says that her mom, Deb, adores me. Isn't that nice? That's very sweet. I love you all, too. All right. I hope you're having a good night, Deb. If you're strumming or if you're not strumming, whatever you're doing, have yourself a great Friday. All right. Regina's cold in Iowa. Tell you what. We were a little bit cold here in Hilo, too. It got down to about a bracing 62 degrees. But you don't want to hear that. And, oh, Janice, thank you for the stars. Really appreciate that. And Debbie, of course, as always, thanks. All right, now we're going to pick it up a little. Well, we're going to pick it up relatively speaking. We're going to, if you've seen that movie Rocket Man, which is a great movie, we're going to do an Elton John song. I thought to do this one because I watched that the other day, and I made up the chart for this. And it's a nice, I want to say it's a nice, simple song, but it's really, there's a couple of things in here that kind of make it not difficult, but kind of different. Because if, most of the thing, if you're in F, which is what we are, and you've got the, I remember when rock was young, being Susie, it's very kind of basic, 50s, kind of 60s, fun rock and roll. Then you get to this thing we call the bridge, and then you're doing some different kinds of stuff. It's a really cool bridge. He does some really cool songwriting and stuff with chords, Elton John. Great song. So here's what we're going to do, everybody. We are going to just look at the chart real quickly. Nothing really presents a problem. We've done all these chords before. I do, as you can see, I'm going to give you a heads up on the chart, as I said I would. We've got our intro, normally written out, and then we've got this bridge, this Crocodile Rockin'. Keep an eye on that bridge and remember where it is because we've got it coming up a couple of times. We've got another verse, then we've got repeat bridge. You can see it in the boldface. Then we've got I Remember When Rock Was Young. Then at the bottom we've got repeat bridge with that. And then after that we've got the la 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 las, which by the way, if I'm not mistaken, would this not be a great time for, if I could find it, look at me, I don't even have my kazoo at the ready. For those of you with kazoos, that would be a great time to get them out. All right, let's try. Oh, look at this. John, Linda, Jenny. Oh, man, thanks for all that stuff. Ireland, my goodness. Catherine. The link to the Dropbox, Catherine, should be, as you're watching this, at the top of the description, there should be, it says download. It's a description and the song sheets are downloadable. And there should be a Dropbox link. If someone could do me a favor, and just help out Claire, not Claire, pardon me, it just disappeared. Somebody please just send a link to that Dropbox if you'd be so kind. Help out one of your fellow Tiki heads if you'd be so kind. Oh, and Terry, thanks for those. All right, let me get a little slow, not slow tempo, but a little slower than we might be doing it the second time. Don't play quite yet, everybody. That's what we're shooting for. Right there. I like it right there. All right, so we're going to have 8 beats of F, 8 beats of D minor, 8 beats of B flat, 8 beats of C. These are all very run-of-the-mill kind of chords in the key of F. You hear this a million times. Then we get into some things that are a little bit different. Oh, thanks, Ralph. Really appreciate that. And Janine, mahalo for that. That's helping out your fellow players. I really appreciate that. That's living aloha right there. All right, let's do it, everybody, from the top. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. D minor. All right, here we go from the top. I remember when rock was young. Me and Susie had so much fun, holding hands and skimming stones. Had an old gold Chevy and a place of my own, but the biggest kick I ever got was doing a thing called the Crocodile Rock. While the other kids were rocking around the clock, we were hopping and bopping to the Crocodile Rock. Well, Crocodile rocking, the sun was shocking, and your feet just can't keep still. I never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. I hold out of mama the Friday nights when Susie wore her dresses tight. Crocodile rocking was out of sight. La la la, everybody. La 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 la. Ooh, that's high. I don't know if I can do that. La 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 la. I can't. La 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 la. Well, the years went by and the rock just died. Susie went and left for some foreign guy. Long nights crying by the reggae machine, dreaming of the Chevy and my old blue jean, but they'll never kill the thrills we've got. Burning up into the Crocodile Rock, burning fast as the weeks went by. We really fought the crocodile. Let's go to the bridge, everybody. Crocodile rocking, the sun was shocking and your feet just can't keep still. Yeah, I never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. Now that mama those Friday nights, Susie wore her dresses tight. Yeah, cracking out rockin' was out of sight. La 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 la. That's a little better. La 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 la. Would sound better on a kazoo. La 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 la. La 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 la. Down the bottom, last verse. I remember when rock was young. Me and Susie had so much fun, holding hands and skimming stones, and an old gold shaving and a place of my own. But the biggest kick I ever got was doing this thing called the crocodile rock, while the other kids were rocking around the clock. We were hopping and bobbing, let's do the bridge last time. Crocodile rocking and something shocking, and your feet just can't keep still. Yeah, never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. Now the mama those Friday nights, Susie wore her dresses tight. Yeah, crocodile rocking was out of sight. La 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 la. Now we're on the outro. La, two more times I think. La, just follow me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Again. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. And all right, so at the bottom where it says outro 3 times, we're counting that other la la la. So we can skip that when we go to the bridge the 3rd time. How'd you like that, everybody? That's a rocking little number here. Let me give a little thumbs up for some things here. Well, we're getting ourselves adjusted after that one. Great job, everybody. Just a couple of things. I'm going to give you just one thing I can point out here for my more intermediate players, and even for the beginners. You know, it's something that you can aspire to do. There's kind of a neat little part in the bridge where it's, I never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. It's an F, and I guess I never will. Now, you can just stay on that, this I never will, and then change to the D7. But if you want something that's kind of cool that the song does, use this little F. There's a version of F using a bar chord here, where you're on your 5th fret like this, and it's a complete bar across all four strings up at the 5th. You take your pinky, and you're at the 8th fret. So that's an F. You've got an F down here, you've got an F up here. So what you can do is you can just come down, just keep the same shape, using the bar at the 5th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, and then you can go to your D7 here, or you can play, if you know it, the D7 here. So it would be something like that. It's just kind of a neat little thing to do. Friday night, let's see. But I never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. There you go, Dave. Something like that. That's the song does that. So try it if you're comfortable with those chords up there. And then you can actually play straight D if you want, or just go to the D7. It's up to you. All right, you know what? Somebody said that's Ann says way too fast. Well, I'll tell you what, Ann, I like that tempo. So let's keep it there. Let's not go faster the 2nd time. That way it gives you something to aspire to. And by the way, most of you know by now that once this session is done, I pop it up over on YouTube. I take this and I put it up on YouTube. And for those of you who found the songs maybe a little too fast or a little too difficult, it's a great practice tool. They'll be up there for as long as there's a YouTube. Those will be there. And there's some nice tools there where you can slow things down and so forth. So there you go. Cool moves. Am I dancing? Is that what it is? Oh, la, la, la. No, a baritone would be a little different, Debbie. What I would do on baritone, I don't have mine, but I would play the F is sort of like a D, that shape up on, starting on, I should have my baritone, but I would take that shape like that. That's on baritone, by the way, folks. Don't try this on other tuning. But I would take this D chord that we know on the baritone, yes, move it on up so it's an F. That's just play those 3 strings like that. That's what I would do on a baritone. All right, let's do it again, everybody. Oh, Carolyn, thanks for those stars. Appreciate that. Okay, everybody. Let's rock out again. Here we go. Same tempo, nothing faster. And I'll see if I can't try to hit those notes. I'll hitch up my shorts and try to do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just chucking with this one at the beginning. Through most of it, anyways. I remember when rock was young, me and Susie had so much fun, holding hands and skimming stones, at an old Chevy in a place of my own. But the biggest kick I ever got was doing a thing called a crocodile rock, while the other kids were rocking around the clock. We were hopping and bopping to a crocodile rock. Well, crocodile rocking is something shocking, and your feet just can't keep still. Yeah, I never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. Lot of mom on the Friday nights when Susie wore her dresses tight. Yeah, crocodile rocking was out of sight. Everybody, la la la's. But the years went by and the rock just died. Susie went and met was a foreign guy. Long nights crying by the record machine, dreaming of a Chevy and my old blue jeans. But they'll never kill the thrills we got, burning up to the crocodile rock, learning fast as the weeks went by. We really thought the crocodile rock would last. Oh well, crocodile rocking is something shocking, and your feet just can't keep still. I never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. Not a mama those Friday nights when Susie wore dresses tight. Yeah, crocodile rocking was out of the sight. All right, everybody, hitch 'em up. Here we go. I remember when rock was young, me and Susie had so much fun, holding hands and skimming stones, and an old girl Chevy in a place of my own. But the biggest kick I ever got was doing this thing called the crocodile rock, while the other kids were rocking around the clock. Yeah, we were hopping and bopping to the crocodile rock. Yeah, crocodile rocking is something shocking, and your feet just can't keep still. Yeah, yeah, I never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. Thought of mama those Friday nights when Susie wore her dresses tight. Yeah, crocodile rocking was out of sight. 3 times, la la la. Two more. One more. Ooh, we're rocking out, everybody. Yeah, good job. Excellent. Loving it, loving it, loving it. All right. Whoa, no, that was an encore. We're not doing an encore. Adam, what's up, cousin Adam? My cousin, a wonderful musician. My cousin Adam Sarif there. Great musician, great drummer. All right, everybody, we're going to Okay, we're going to slow it down slightly. And since it is Valentine's Day coming up, I can't think of a more romantic song than what we're about to do. I'm just going to tune up because chances are I knock this thing right out, being all rock and rolly. So we're going to do Have I Told You Lately That I Love You? Doing this in C. Normally I would do this in E flat, but it's much nicer for all of us playing ukulele in C than E flat, trust me. All right. So there you go, Terry. Terry's got the kazoo going. And in this one, everybody, we're in the key of C. And the only thing that's really different about this is instead of, most people would think you'd see an A minor in the key of C, but Van Morrison uses an E minor, which gives it kind of a little different feel to it. But still, it's the relative minor of G, which is in the key of C. So don't worry about it. I'm just blathering on. Ralph, we had 198. Goodness gracious. We had, I think, 212, 215 last time. Here's the thing. Here's the call to action, everybody. When we get a moment, hit the share button. Hit the share button as you're watching this down the bottom, and let your friends put this up on your wall. Let them know what you're watching. Let's see if we can get over like 210 today. I'd love that. All right, so this is a beautiful, beautiful ballad, everybody. We're going to slow it down just a little bit. I'm just going to see for... And you can feel this is kind of a different feel than the original, but it's still got the same kind of groove. I'll just give you the count as well so you can know what we're doing here. And we're counting 1, 2, 3, and the intro, C, E minor, and F, and G, and another time C, E minor, just like that, F, and G, and then Have I Told You Lately? So we'll keep it there. I think I like that. Okay, here we go, everybody. Let's get romantic. Dim the lights. Dim all the lights, sweet darling. There's a nice song. Here we go from the top, everybody. And by the way, this isn't one of these songs, again, where I write out the bridge and then I don't write it out again. So you see repeat bridge. Also, very important, please note in boldface where it says repeat first verse, going into the bridge the second time, you leave the G out at the end of the verse. So you guys, ease my trouble, that's what you do. The first time we would do it, we would use the G, but then when we do it the second time, we don't, because then it goes into the bridge. All right, everybody, here we go. 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more time. Here we go. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one above you? You fill my heart with gladness, take away all the sadness, ease my trouble, that's what you do. Oh, the morning sun and all its glory greets the day with hope and comfort too. You fill my life with laughter, somehow you make it better. You ease my trouble, that's what you do. All right, here's the bridge. There's a love that's divine, it's yours and it's mine like the sun. At the end of the day, you give thanks and you pray to the one, to the one. Do the first verse again. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one above you? You fill my heart with gladness, take away all the sadness, you ease my trouble and stay on the C. Don't play the G. Now we're gonna go to the bridge again. There's a love that's divine. Good. It's yours and it's mine like the sun. At the end of the day, give thanks and you pray to the one, again, just down the bottom. Good job. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one above you? You fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness. You ease my trouble, that's what you do. Now here's our tag again. You fill my heart with gladness, you take away all the sadness. You ease my trouble, that's what you do. One more time. You fill my heart with gladness, take away all the sadness. You ease my trouble, that's what you do. G for 4, 1, 2, and end on C. And of course, there's a solo in there in the recorded version, but we just kind of leave that out for brevity, if you will. I'm sure if this is your first time, you've noticed that sometimes I'll put things in and I'll take them out just to keep them ukulele friendly, if you will. Sometimes there'll be a solo, sometimes there won't be. So let's do it again. This is a very nice song if you want to, practice this and slow it down, maybe do a little bit of arpeggiation. And you could do something as simple. Just doing 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just break up those chords. Have I told you lately that I love you? That could be the beginning of finger picking for you if you've never done that before. And then, if you're like me and use a pick, you can do some faster arpeggiation. Have I told you lately that I love you? So, play around with it if you're finger picking, if you know inside out or outside in patterns. Those are good. Just have some fun with it. Practice around. Mr. Schaefer, how are you, sir? So nice to see you. The owner of one of the nicer ukuleles that I've played in my life. All right, let's do it again, everybody. Same tempo. I like that tempo. It's nice and relaxed. Have some fun with it. Do a little arpeggiation. If you want to just be sparse about it, that can work too, especially because we've got the track going. So, if you're playing with a group or some other people and other people are busy finger picking and all over you can just do, have I told you lately that I love you? And people will think, wow, that's cool. Just be different. Here we go. 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Linda, it's not necessarily wrong in this instance. You can use it. It's going to sound a little hinky, but if that's what you can do, that's fine. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one above you? Fill my heart with gladness, take away all the sadness. Ease my trouble, that's what you do. Oh, the morning sun and all its glory greets the day with hope and comfort too. You fill my life with laughter, somehow you make it better. You ease my trouble, that's what you do. There's a love that's divine. It's yours and it's mine like the sun. At the end of the day, you should give thanks and you pray to the one, to the one. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one up above you? You fill my heart with gladness, you take away all the sadness, and you ease my trouble, that's what you do. Let's do the bridge again. There's a love that's divine. It's yours and it's mine like the sun. At the end of the day, you should give thanks and you pray to the one, to the one. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one above you? You fill my heart with gladness, you take away all sadness, you ease my trouble, that's what you do. You fill my heart with gladness, take away all the sadness, you ease my trouble, that's what you do. One more time. You fill my heart with gladness, take away all the sadness, you ease my trouble, that's what you do. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that is pretty. Let's see, just to address a couple of questions before we turn this over again. Linda, how wrong is it to play a E minor 7 in place of E minor? It's not necessarily wrong. They're going to sound different. You know, if you're talking about this one, have I told you lately, as opposed to have I told you lately. In this specific case, I'm listening to the way the melody sits over that E minor 7. I would do the E minor. That's just me. You know, have I told you lately? It just fits better than, have I told you lately? Yeah. In this song, I wouldn't do it. There's some songs you can get away with it. And somebody said power chord for E minor. Bar chord, yeah, Tanya. I'm using the E minor. I tend to do that. I tend to use that. Just it's an old habit that just won't die out. And I do that just for rhythm purposes because I'm always doing hammers on and pulling off and things like that. So on ukulele, it's nice to do that so you can do things like that. It's on guitar too, but it's a carryover from guitar. Oh, Marcia, thank you for those. And Chris, mahalo for those as well. I appreciate all those stars. All right, everybody. Let's do, I guess it's another love song. Some Pure Prairie League. I had a request for this one, so that's why we're doing it. This is kind of an up-tempo one. And for those of you who are familiar with the song, you realize that at the end we don't do the whole halftime, if you will, the end of it. They say, falling in and out on you. We keep it the same tempo just because I haven't figured out how to do the program yet with the music to do that. So that's why we do that. So let me get this queued up so you can see how we're going to count this, because that will come into play with the intros and such. Please notice at the end of each chorus, in boldface there, I've got that 2 times that leads into don't you think the time is right there. And then other than that, we have a repeat chorus, so please make sure. And I put E7 in here. Now, there's a thing about E7 that a lot of people will always substitute an E7 for an E, because on ukulele, it's not the most friendly chord. That's the way I play E, by the way. It's not always right. I'm going to let it slide this time. And people always say if there's an E playing E7. Not the case. Not the case. Because sometimes you're going to really throw the melody out of whack or the harmony out of whack, so to speak. But this time we can kind of get away with it. But good to try to get familiar with that E, everybody, okay? So this time, though, I'm going to give you a hall pass for that. All right, let me cue this up. And so you can see what the tempo is like and how we feel. Ready? This is the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the A, 5, 6, and then we go into the figure everybody knows. A, G, D, A, and I'm going to slow it down. Nothing you think you belong to me. Right there. Because it's going to get a little quick the second time we do that, so I want you guys to have a shot at getting those clean the first time. All right, let's do it, everybody. And here's a perfect example of why we do this 2 times. If people are not familiar with the song and the feel and so forth, it's always good to hear it the first time. Let's do it. Before we do it, I'm just going to give a thumbs up to all those lovely folks sending stars. So mahalo for those. Give you a little thumbs up. Let's do it from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. A. Now we're we're going to go into the figure. Here we go. A, G, D, A, and the song. Here we go. I can see why you think you belong to me. If I try to make you think, let you see one thing for yourself. Now you're off with someone else and I'm alone. I thought that I might keep it for my own. And here's the chorus, everybody. And Amy, what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Here's that figure now. A, G, D, again. Good. Second verse. Don't you think the time is right for us to find all the things we thought were proper could be right in time? And can't you see which way that we should come together all along? I can never see what's right and what is wrong. Here comes the chorus. And everybody. Amy, what you want to do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Now we're going to do those figures again. A, G, one more time. Good. Here we go. Now it's come to what you want, you've had your way. And all the things you thought before faded and gray. And can't you see that I don't know if it's a you or if it's a me? If it's one of us, I'm sure we both will see. Chorus, here we go, right below it. And Amy, what you want to do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Again. Amy, what you want to do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. I keep falling in and out of love with you. Just keep doing that again. Falling in and out of love with you. Keep those same chords. Don't know what I'm gonna G to the D. I keep falling in and out of love to the F with you. A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and yeah, a little bit different than the recorded version. There's no solo, but I think you guys got the idea. And there is, I guess I left out inadvertently down the bottom of the chorus, I don't know what I'm going to do. Just before that last line, same chords, A, G, D, same feel. So just keep that up. I think you did great, everybody. This is kind of the train thing. So that's the feel. We do at least one of these every week, I think. So I'm just doing a... So if I got rid of the pick... And the key to that is, everybody, when you're doing that, I talked about it last week, keeping everything moving. Keep it, don't stop. Keep that constant motion. And you can practice it by just going... Just don't worry about the emphasis. Just get that going. Get your wrist. And then you can start thinking about what we call the accents, where it goes... like that. So just practice that a little bit. Getting that wrist in constant motion. You know, take it slow when you get over to YouTube and practice along with this. Take the speed down 75, 50%, whatever you want. And just play around with it. And make sure you got that wrist nice and loose. Kathy, Judy... Ralph, mahalo, guys. Appreciate those stars coming in. Let's do it again, everybody. One tick faster, not too much faster. I like it just about there. Just so you can hear the difference. I also put B minor 7 where I normally might put B minor. Because I know whenever I put B minor, I get in the comments, I hate B minor. So this time I decided to give you a little slack on that. Andy Salvador. Oh, the band's playing. Wow. How cool is that? Good for you guys. All right. But just so you can hear the difference with the E7, if you look at the chorus where it goes, I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. That's with an E. If I do. E7, if I do. E7 will do, but if you can learn that E, everybody, you will put yourself in good standing. So let's do it again. Give it another shot. Here we go. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's the figure on the intro. A, G, D. Do it again. Here we go. Good. I can see why you think you belong to me. Never try to make you think. Let you see one thing for yourself. Now you're off with someone else and I'm alone. Oh boy, Dave, yeah. Darling, I might keep you for my own. Here's the chorus. And now, Amy, what you want to do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Here's that figure now. One more time. Good. Don't you think the time is right for us to find all the things we thought were wrong could be right in time? And can't you see which way that we should go together all along? I can never see what's right or what is wrong. We'd take too long to tell me, Amy, what you want to do. I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Oh yeah, doing great, everybody. Keep it up. One more time. Good. Now it's come to what you want. You've had your way, and all the things you thought before just faded and gray. And can't you see that I don't know if it's you, if it's me? If it's one of us, I'm sure we both will see. Won't you look at me and tell me, Amy, what you want to do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer, and now longer if I do. Yeah, yeah. Amy, what you want to do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. I keep falling in and out of love with you, yeah. Falling in and out of love with you. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I keep falling in and out of love with you. Oh, great song from Pure Prairie League right there. All right. Give some thumbs up. Fantastic. Jeanette, mahalo. Really appreciate that. Bill, yeah, Vince Gill was there. But you know what, Bill? Vince Gill joined after Amy. He's the voice that you hear on Let Me Love You Tonight. Vince Gill, now with the Eagles. All right. So let's move on to our next one. Good night, Claire. Thanks for dropping in. Let's go to our next one. Our next one is one that I've been doing on the Shaka Shack. For those of you who don't know, I do the music performances on Wednesday and Sunday called the Shaka Shack, and this has sort of become the Wednesday farewell song. And this is a beautiful song from the late great Warren Zevon, and this is very appropriate of Valentine's Day. It's called "Keep Me in Your Heart." So, just a quick note: I realized that I used this for myself also in another version. So on the chorus, where it's a solo over verse, don't pay attention to that. Just disregard that. That's something for my own edification, if you will. Let me just cue this up so you can hear the feel. And this is, I'll talk about the song once we're done. It's just such a beautiful song. I love this song so much. So you can hear the feel. I'm just going to give you the feel to it. It goes G, G major 7, C, G, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4. Now the intro is going to be 2 times to do that. I'm going to slow that down just a little bit. And the reason I don't have the chords printed on this one, except for the bridge, is because it keeps that pattern. This is one of our repeating songs that I love to do here. So all you're doing through the verses and through the chorus, the sha-la-la-la-la, you're doing that G for 2, G major 2, G major 7 for 2, C for 2, G, and then C, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. That's the whole song except for the bridge, which is a nice, I call this a Bruce Springsteen bridge. This is very bridgy. He does a lot of these where all he does is go to what we call the 4. Does a ton of these on his bridges. This is another one is where you can do arpeggiation. You can just do straight strums. And there's, excuse me, pardon me. There is one thing you can do to kind of dress this up a little bit. When you play this on guitar, there's you can't really do it on the ukulele because it doesn't sound the same. But if you want to take that C, right? And you want to take play with your pinky and then take the ring finger and put that at the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. That kind of approximates the actual, it's a certain kind of C that he plays on this. So you can try that. You don't have to. You don't have to. But you can try it. So let's just make our way through. Remember, it's the same pattern the whole song, everybody. And I'll kind of guide you through the vocal. And you may not know it, but it's seek it out. Seek his version out. It's gorgeous. Here we go. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, G major 7, C, and it keeps the same thing through the whole song except for the bridge. And you do that one more time for the intro. Here we go. G, G major 7, C, and back to G. You got it. Here we go. Shadows are falling and I'm running out of breath. Keep me in your heart for a while. If I leave you, it doesn't mean I love you any less. Keep me in your heart for a while. That's the whole thing right there. When you get up in the morning and you see that crazy sun, keep me in your heart for a while. There's a train leaving nightly called when all is said and done. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha-la-la. Same chords. Sha-la-la, la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Do it again. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sometimes when you're doing simple things around the house, maybe you'll think of me and smile. You know I'm tied to you like the buttons on your blouse. Keep me in your heart for a while. And the bridge. Keep me in your thoughts. Take me to your dreams. Touch me as I fall into view. When heading off to pleasant streets. Keep me in your heart for a while. These wheels keep turning, but they're running out of steam. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Go to the C. Keep me in your heart. C. Keep me in your heart to the G for a while. Good. One more time. Keep me in your heart for a while. Hang on the J. Ah, what a great, great song that is. Somebody said it was their first time. Who was that? Before we do this the second time, I want to welcome that first timer. It's always great when we have our first timers here. And I saw the name, and who was it? Linda Rose. Linda, welcome. Nice to have you here. So let's do this again, everybody. Same tempo. You can kind of play around with the you can do that. That might be a little busy for some people. Again, you can just be very simple. Shadows are falling and I'm running out of breath. You can just do one strum for each one, and you'll see that it carries it. Very nice. All right, isn't that a pretty song, Susan? This was written by Warren Zevon. Not to put a downer on the proceedings, but he wrote this. He had terminal cancer, and he wanted to record one more album. He had another album of songs in him, and this is his final song on the album. And it's a great album. It's not a depressing album really at all. He was not a depressing person. He was. If you knew anything about Warren Zevon, he's a brilliant man. He's a great writer, very sardonic wit, very bright man. And it's not a depressing album at all. And I think this is such a beautiful song. He wrote this for the lady he was with at the time. I believe it was his wife. I think he had married her. And just the words are so beautiful. All right, let's do it again. Here we go. And then we're going to do a little bit of Glenn Campbell. Judy, problem with the G major 7. You know, the thing with that one is it just takes a little bit of work, but, you know, there's only one finger involved with that G major 7, so make sure you get nice and flat. And the thing about that G major 7, any bar chord, you want to think of it as a pinch between the thumb, which is on the back of the neck, and the fingers here. It's like a vice. So as much pressure as you think you need to make, if you don't give it enough pressure, you're gonna get the percolator sound. So just try to clamp down on that. Here we go. Let's do it again. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And another time, and that's the whole song. Doing great. Here we go. If I leave you, it doesn't mean I love you any less. Keep me in your heart for a while. When you get up in the morning and you see that crazy sun, keep me in your heart for a while. There's a train leaving nightly called When All Is Said and Done. Keep me in your heart for a while. Chorus now. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sometimes when you're doing simple things around the house, maybe Sha la 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 la. Keep me in your hearts for a while. One more time. Keep me in your heart for a while. One more. Keep me in your heart for a while. Warren Zevon, let's go. Keep me in your heart. Do yourself a favor. Seek out the YouTube or however you want to listen to that, because that's an amazingly wonderful song. Speaking of amazingly wonderful songs, this is a song that I've been falling in love with my whole life, and I started performing this one recently at some open mics, and I thought I would share it with all of you. It's on its surface, it's not tremendously difficult. There's a couple of things that we haven't done before. It's called Wichita Lineman. And I'm running a little short on time here, so I'm going to try to move a little bit quicker here, everybody. My apologies for running a little bit long here, because we've got this and one more, and then we've got our closing song. Harmonically, it doesn't really fall into what you think it might. It's not your basic 1-4-5 or rock and roll or doo-wop change, if you will. So it's a little different. You really have to pay attention to the chords, and there's a reason for it being an E minor 7, and this time you want to play the E minor 7 as opposed to the time before. Let's just try it. I think most people know the song, and there's some things that I've left out just to simplify it a little bit, but this will give you the bones of the song, if you will. So let me just cue this up so you can hear the intro and the tempo that we're going to do this at. This is the intro. C, 2, 3, 4, D minor, C, D minor. I am a lineman for the county. Now, that F major 7 is this nice version of F major 7, because F major 7 can be played in a couple of places, but if you play F major 7, I hate this F major 7. This is F major 7 down here. As you can tell, I don't do it too often. And it's really nice, but you need to be an octopus for this thing. So, and that's a movable chord form, but I prefer the F major 7 up there. So, and it's played 2 and 3. You can play it 1 and 2 if you like, and play it 3 and 4. It's really up to you. I just happen to have 2 and 3. All right, here we go, everybody. Let's do it. Let's try it out and see what happens. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I am a lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another all alone. I hear you singing in the wire, I hear you sing through the wine. Wichita lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. If it snows, that stretched out south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. Wichita lineman still on the line, still on the line, you're still on the line, still on the line, and on to yeah. It is such a man. I cannot tell you how much I love that song and how much I love Jimmy Webb and Glenn Campbell. But that's such amazing. Great cover version, by the way. James Taylor does a great cover version of this as well. You know, you can't touch the original, but James's is great too. All right, let's do it again. And there's really not much to point out here. Trying to keep it simple with the strums. There's, of course, you can try to mimic on the song at the end, which tall lineman is still on the line. You can do that, you know, especially if you're trying to replicate a song and you're the only instrument really, if you're doing like a solo kind of thing. You want to try to find those little pieces of the song that make it identifiable. That whatever, however that might go. So think about trying that, you know, when you're going back and practicing it. Just add a couple of things to make it a little closer to the original if you want. If not, have fun with it. Single strums are great. Whatever you'd like. Jill, thanks for those stars. Really appreciate that. Here we go. Let's do it again, everybody. One more time. It's okay, Ralph. My fingers get confused all the time. It happens to me constantly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am a lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, hear you singing through the wine, and the Wichita lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than I want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line, still on the line, still on the line, still on the line. The genius of Jimmy Webb is that melody. My goodness. Every time I sing that, I can't get over how great that melody is. I'm fanning out. What can I say? All right, everybody. We've got one more, and then we've got our closing song. And while we're getting ready for this last one, which is a fun one, a nice upbeat fun one for us to finish off with here, I just want to remind you that we do this each and every Friday. As a matter of fact, I think I've got the songs posted for next Friday already. So make sure that you do a couple of things to keep abreast of what's going on here. Make sure you like the Tiki Day Facebook page if you haven't done that, especially my newbies. Make sure that you go to the Tiki Day Facebook page, give it a like. That way, when things pop up and new entries and things like that, you'll get a notification. That's for that. That's for the Shaka Shack music episodes. That's for our Zoom. I'll talk about the Zoom in a second. And that's also Hula at Home with Layla on Fridays. That emanates or originates from the Tiki Day Facebook page. Also, meetup.com. I've been getting a lot of folks signing up over there. Meetup.com is a great website. And if you join up there over at Tiki Days Ukuleleville, do a search for that. I'll put a link up as well. Join that. You'll get email notifications when I put up all of the events. So make sure you do that. And don't forget, tomorrow's our Zoom get-together. Once we're done a little bit later today, if you're interested in doing the Zoom get-together with us tomorrow, I will put up the link to register. You must register for the Zoom. That's for security purposes. And don't forget Sunday. We've got Shaka Shack Sunday Chill. Come and join me for some music. All right. So let's do this, everybody. Let's go to, we've got Bus Stop from the Hollies. There's one thing that I just want to make you aware of that when I was going over these before the show. If you look into the 1, 2, the second verse, that's the way the whole thing started. Go down to the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line. Came the sun, the ice was melting. Get rid of that. What is that right there? Is that supposed to be, I wrote down D minor or something? Yeah, get rid of that D minor. So it should go just straight F to C to B flat. So came the sun, the ice was melting. Don't change anything before the word ice, and then melting is a B flat, okay? Let's see what else is with the song. It's pretty straightforward here, everybody. We're going to do the verse, we do the bridge, we do another verse, we repeat the bridge, we do the first verse, and Joe, mahalo for the stars, thank you. And then we do the outro. So I'm going to slow this down. Let me just get a tempo here. You know what? That's a good tempo for the first time, I think, right there. It's slow, but it's not too slow, and it'll give you a chance to get those chords in your hands. Let me just put that over there for my edification. And there's a line if you want to. I'll play the line the second time that we do the song, but the first time I'll just play the chords with you because it's a very identifiable. And I'll do that the second time so everybody can kind of get a feel for that. But let's just do it from the top and see what we got. Fantastic song from the Hollies. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. C, good, and good from the top. Here we go. Bus stop, wet day, she's there, I say, please share my umbrella. Bus stop, bus goes, she stays, love grows under my umbrella. All that summer we enjoyed it, wind and rain and shine. That umbrella we employed it, by August she was mine. On the bridge, every morning I would see her waiting at the stop. Sometimes she shopped and she would show me what she bought. All the people stared as if we were both quite insane. Someday my name and hers are going to be the same. All right, second verse, good. That's the way the whole thing started. Silly, but it's true. Thinking of a sweet romance beginning in a queue. Came the summer, ice was melting, no more sheltering now. Nice to think that that umbrella led me to a vow. On the bridge, every morning I would see her waiting at the stop. Sometimes she'd shopped and she would show me what she bought. All the people stayed as if we were both quite insane. Someday my name and hers are going to be the same. first verse. Here we go. Bus stop what day she's there, I say, please share my umbrella. Bus stop, bus goes, she stays, love grows under my umbrella. All that summer we enjoyed it, wind and rain and shine. That umbrella we enjoyed it, by August she was mine. Outro, by August she was mine. One more, by August she was mine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bus stop, bus stop. That is a very, very English song because it's got the word Q in it. I don't know if you know what a Q is. For my folks from overseas, you would know. It is a line. Nobody knows how to cue quite like the Brits, except maybe the folks over. What I've noticed is the best cuers in the world are actually in Japan. When we worked over in Japan, nobody does it like they do. So organized, so in the cues, can't beat it. But UK, you are a close second. So let me see what other. No, that D. You know what? That D minor should be there. My apologies, everybody. I just realized that was wrong. That should be there. Well, don't worry. We're not going to take it too much faster. Ann says it was too fast. We're going to do it just a tick or two faster, but the thing here is that you can take it over to YouTube. I'm going to put this up on YouTube a little bit later, and you can practice this and slow it down 50%, 75%, make it a little easier for yourself. But I'm going to take it up just a couple of clicks, okay? And then we'll do, Canadians too. Yep, Jennifer, you're absolutely right. Absolutely. Okay, so let's do it again, and I'll do, Linda, mind the gap. And I'm going to just do that little figure at the top so it's recognizable to you. Oh, Brad, it's a pleasure, man. Come back again. Come back and see us again. So let's do it, and then we're on to our final song. We got a little bit of business to wrap up, and let's do it. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bus stop what day she's there, I say, please share my umbrella. Bus stop, bus goes, she stays, love grows under my umbrella. All that summer we enjoyed it, the wind and rain and shine. That umbrella we employed it, by August she was mine. Every morning I would see her waiting at the stop. Sometimes she'd shop and she would show me what she bought. All the people stared as if we were both quite insane. Someday my name and hers are going to be the same. That's the way the whole thing started. Silly, but it's true. Thinking of a sweet romance beginning in a queue. Came the sun, the ice was melting, no more sheltering now. Nice to think that that umbrella led me to a vow. And every morning I would see her waiting at the stop. Sometimes she'd shop and she would show me what she bought. All the people stared as if we were both quite insane. Someday my name and hers are going to be the same. Let's go to the top, everybody. Here we go. Bus stop what day she's there, I say, please share my umbrella. Bus stop, bus go, she stays, and love grows under my umbrella. All that summer we enjoyed it, the wind and the rain and shine. That umbrella we employed it, by August she was mine. By August she was Clark. That was the lead vocalist from the Hollies. Of course, great harmonies, but Alan Clark had that great voice on a lot of those things. All right, everybody, we're going to do one more. Don't go anywhere. Still more music to go. And we've got our traditional closing song. Let me cue this up. For those of you who this is your first time, we always finish our sessions here on Friday with Lovely Cruise, a great song by Jimmy Buffett. It's our way of kind of keeping roots with our beginnings, if you will, the cruise ships where many of us met before, where I gave many of you your first ukulele lessons, and hopefully will again at some point in the near future. Would be lovely. Love to do it. Please remember, everybody, a couple of things before you go. Our friends at the ukulele site, can't say enough about those great folks, Corey and Calais and those guys, and Andrew. If you need to get something online, make sure that you contact me. They have very nicely provided a discount of 5% to all of our Tiki heads. So if you are going to pick up something, a new ukulele, some accessories and things, make sure you get in touch with me. I'll give you the contact information for Corey, and you can pick up your things, and he'll give you your 5% discount. Please make sure that, that side, follow me on Instagram and Twitter right there. We always have some fun with our social things. And right there, those of you guys have been so generous so far with the virtual tip jar, with PayPal and Venmo, and those stars. You guys are the best. In these times, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Mahalo. So let's do our traditional closing, then we'll say our farewells and our goodbyes, and we'll do a quick wrap of what's happening up for the rest of the week and the weekend. And for those of you who are new, there's a little spot there that says solo. I'm going to do a little tinkering around. Do the same if you want to do some solo work. And let's just have a little bit of fun with this, and then we'll say our proper goodbyes once it's done. Here we go. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It up. This one's for you. It's been a lovely cruise. I'm sorry it's ended. It's sad, but it's true. It's been a lovely cruise. These moments we're left with, may you always remember. These moments I'll share with you. There's wind in our hair, and there's water in our shoes. It's been a lovely cruise. All right, gonna pick it a little bit. Here we go. Left with, may you always remember. These moments I'll share by you. And those harbor lights, well, they're coming into view. We'll say our farewells much too soon. So drink it up. This one's for you. It's been a lovely cruise. Everybody, it's been a lovely cruise. All you Tiki heads, I mean it. It's been a lovely cruise. Great cruise, great session, everybody. Fantastic. I love those songs today. Had some fun with those. All right, I'm going to take this off for a moment, do our proper goodbyes, and give a little wrap up, and then we'll be on our way. I've got to make some Kahlua pig tonight. We've got something going on. I need to make some Kahlua pig. I'm going to be cheating. I'm going to do it in my Instant Pot. So I'm going to be off to do that and do some shopping, and then going to make some Kahlua pig for tomorrow. We're going to do it's taco night. So we're gonna do Kahlua pig tacos. Anyways, Marilyn, I'm gonna put the Zoom session link. That's gonna be over at the Tiki Dave Facebook page. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. If you need the link, just give me maybe about a half an hour or so, and on the Tiki Dave page, I'll put the link to the registration for the Zoom session. So everybody. Wow, another fantastic, great session. I really appreciate you guys coming in, having some fun with me. Don't forget, we're going to be doing it again next Friday. The songs are already up. The Dropbox link is there. Meetup is a great place. Like I said, meetup.com. Go join over there, and it doesn't cost you anything. And join up with Tiki Dave's Ukuleleville. That way, you'll always make sure that you get the email notices for the events. Tomorrow, as I said, I'll put up the link for Zoom. 11 o'clock Hawaiian time, and the songs are also in the Dropbox. Those will be listed as well. Sunday, 1 o'clock, my time, we're going to do Shaka Shack, the Sunday Chill. I feel like I've been playing guitar for the last few weeks. I feel like playing a little bit of ukulele, so it's going to be an ukulele session on Sunday. I'll play baritone and regular. I feel like playing that Sunday. And then next week, Wednesday, of course, we have the Hump Day Hang. And Friday, a great session today. If you haven't been to Leialoha's Hula at Home, make sure you make an appointment. It's appointment viewing. I promise you that, everybody. Last thing, don't forget also, I know some of you have contacted us about face masks and things. You know, Leialoha makes those great face masks. We've got the Tiki fabrics and things like that. Make sure you either drop me a line or over at Keeney Creations on Facebook. I can put up the link for that as well. And also, man, I can't thank you guys enough for dropping by and dropping some shekels in the jar and the stars and making sure that you have a good time each and every Friday. That's the most important thing. Tell all your friends and neighbors about it. For those of you who are in ukulele clubs, make sure you remember to tell your folks who run them that I'm open for leading sessions. I'd love to come and hang out with you guys virtually. Any club that would like me to do it, I'd be happy to come online and do some Zooming with you and lead a session for you. That'll be a lot of fun. So I'm going to put on a little bit of music here, everybody, and then we're going to say our proper goodbyes, and I'll leave this up live for a few minutes so you can say goodbyes to each other. Please remember to wear your masks, stay distant, be good to each other, be kind. You know, there's some light at the end of the tunnel, everybody, but we got to hunker down and make sure that we don't drop the ball. So be good to each other, and that's the only way we're going to get through it. You guys have been fantastic. I'll see some of you tomorrow at Zoom, some of you Sunday, and all around the internet. Some of you will see some open mics and things coming up in the next week. So I'm Tiki Dave. Let me put on, what are we going to put on here? A little bit of music. What do we got? Let me put on some, no, that's a little more down. That's not, there we go. A little JB, I think. So everybody have yourselves a great one. I'm Tiki Dave. Take care of each other. We'll see you all real soon. And aloha.
Nothing like this way out in West Texas. Galveston Bay is a whole other world. My wife's in our room getting over her sunburn. How would Louis L'Amour get me next to that girl? She tells me her tan is the same way all over. She asks me to dance and says, keep your boots on. She never met a number one cowboy. We rolled in the sand and drank rum until dawn. Who's the blonde stranger who entered my life, making me over in the moonlight? This side of Texas is all new to me. Who's the blonde stranger who lives by the sea? Stayed up all night, and for me that's the first time. Sneak in the room just as cool as I can. Pull back the sheets and the bed is all empty, except for a note left from some guy named Dan. My head got all light and the room started spinning. I stepped outside just to get some fresh air. Out on a wave was my own darling Lola, and some pretty boy with bleach in his hair. Who's the blonde stranger
Beach blanket bingo comes on the TV. We talk in our sleep, and then the next morning I ask her who's Dan, and she says, who's